Everything is not alright in our neighborhood, as currently Bangladesh is embroiled in violence. Many are reported dead and several injured as violence has escalated over quota system reform for government jobs. And as expected, the West is looking to come all out against the ruling Sheikh Hasina government. For instance, check out this tweet by the Italian ambassador to Bangladesh, Antonio Alessandro, a caricature of Sheikh Hasina with a key while several prison mates locked in a cell below her, and the caption has words terming Sheikh Hasina's rule as autocratic. Notably, in the last line, the ambassador says that he personally supports the current student's position. Isn't this open and blatant interference? Not only this, there are reports of other diplomats taking offense to what's happening in Bangladesh. According to a report during a briefing conducted by Bangladesh's Foreign Ministry on 21 July, US envoy Peter Haas took serious offense. After being shown a 15-minute video by the Bangladeshi authorities of the protesters damaging property, the US ambassador to Bangladesh, Peter Haas, objected and claimed it only showed a one-sided version of the events. And not only the diplomats but even deep state intellectuals have come up front. For example, US economist or local Soros moles such as Zulkarnain Sayer, who is a research affiliate at OCCRP. Everyone seems to further peddle the Western narrative against Sheikh Hasina. Talking about the Western narrative, it stems from a mentality to dictate another, a sovereign nation on their terms. It's what's wrong about the US diplomat or the Italian diplomat or the Western authorities in general. The West's perception of democracy alters from region to region. Recently, a former US president and a candidate in the upcoming presidential elections, Donald Trump, was shot during a political rally. Was it not a sign of oppression or dictatorship? Violence erupted in France and UK both before and after the elections. Was it not a sign of political violence and democratic backsliding? Bangladesh has a problem, an internal one, and Sheikh Hasina is facing an uprising from students mixed with opposition parties led by Islamist fanatics, and government has its own way to assess and decide how such problems have to be dealt with. After all, which government would allow anyone to take law and order in hand? West has no right to dictate to a fellow sovereign nation how the latter should deal with its internal problems. Talking about internal problems, curiously in our nation, farmer unions have announced a new protest against 3 criminal laws on 1 August. Not only this, a tractor march has been planned on 15 August 2024. A country just like Bangladesh, which managed to defy Western pressure and where the ruling government returned for another term, is being made to face another fierce protest. I presume viewers have not forgotten how chaotic the last pharmacist protest turned out to be in the Singhu border. Let's not forget the protest on Republic Day in 2021 when a group of protesters deviated from the parade to storm the Red Fort, leading to a chaotic situation. Everything points out to one conclusion, especially with the US Embassy in India promoting content creators who are perceived as anti-Modi. It could only possibly mean an intention to cause a chaotic situation in New Delhi with an attempt to resonate the chaos into the fault lines and cause a disruption in the Indian society, similar to what happened in Bangladesh or other nations which have tried to defy the West. It would be interesting to see how the new Modi government would respond to this crisis.